can fly.
Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm doing like a two-part installment to celebrate for my 50,000 subscribers. So the first video is a 50 question and answer. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. Question 1, would you ever consider playing professional in a different country? Yeah, definitely. I never want to just limit myself to America, or it's just like MLS or bust. I'm open to the idea of traveling all over the world, and I would love to travel all over the world to try to play soccer. Right now, it's pretty much just I'm chasing after whatever the best opportunity is, and right now it's in America. Question number 2, how do you avoid/deal with overtraining? So I hate overtraining because everybody always thinks that like there's a set number or that most people are working too hard. And honestly, if you slowly progress the intensity of your trainings and you slowly progress how frequently you train, you can end up training and lifting and doing almost something every single day, double days, even triple days. And you can progress up to that level and be perfectly safe with it. But the trick is slowly progressing. So if you're doing 2 days a week of training now, next week don't jump into 5 days a week of training. Go to 3 days a week, and then until your body adjusts. Then go to 4 days a week. Then start adding a day of weightlifting. Then start adding 2 days, and up and up and up. And all of a sudden you'll be doing triple days, and you'll be less sore than when you started back doing 3 days of training. And I really do hate that word overtraining because it's a very big misconception about how much your body can take. Question 3. What was the communication like in practices or games over in Germany? Well, it was all in German, but luckily there's always like 1 or 2 people on the team that could speak English. So if there was any drills that I was really confused about, they would just tell me, Matt, it's two touch. Matt, they go here. And a lot of the times too, if you just watch and try to learn, you can pick it up really quick. I've been playing soccer for 19 years. So they were doing the same drills that I was doing over in America. So I would like see a passing line and be like, okay, I know what to do. Favorite cleats and why? Nike Mercurial Vapor / Superflies have been my favorite cleats since I was in high school. It just fits my foot. Question number 5, Matt, how do you become a pro? I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. 99% of you do not need to be focused on anything but just becoming a better player. You are too far away to be focused on the exact steps to become a pro. If you are like older, you're 18 and up, and you really think you have a chance of becoming a pro, then it's about getting a highlight video, it's about contacting agents, it's about contacting coaches and seeing if you can get trials. But other than that, just focus on becoming a better player. Don't be so focused on just how to become a pro, because 99% of how to become a pro is just becoming a better player, and everything else comes along with it. Okay, question number 6 is how can you fit training in when you have school and homework and work and all this other stuff? And honestly, there's no secret. It's just time management. You just have to be smart and always be working hard with everything you do. I can tell you that every single player who's not a pro also has a major commitment in their life, whether it's work or school or something. And every single pro didn't start out as a pro, so they had to go through school and everything too. And the main thing that it always comes down to is like, you can make excuses, you can say that I'm not gonna go out and train today because I'm too busy, but there's somebody out there who is even busier than you, who's going out and still making time to go train.
All right, question number 7. Do you have any tips for high school strikers? And it's just score more goals. But for real, just train hard, do everything the same. It's the same as everybody. Focus on developing, becoming a better player, and the rest will come. Question number 8. What motivates you to work so hard every day? I want to reach as high up as I can. So just the fact that I'm not in the MLS yet, or that I'm not the best that I can be, is 100% my motivation. When I was younger, it was just that I wanted to be a little bit better. I just wanted to be a better player. I wanted to play for the A team. I wanted to play in college. I wanted to be a college starter. I wanted to play semi-pro. So it was always just like I wanted that one more step ahead of me. Did you do a lot of extra training on your own to become a pro? No, I've actually never trained on my own at all. Which country do you think has the best soccer league? As the full league in general, England. Who's your inspiration as a player? When I was younger, it was Ronaldinho for sure. Now, I've always drawn inspiration from Cristiano Ronaldo. When you're in season, how much do you train with your team and how much do you train on top of that on your own? So this is kind of tricky, but we train 5 days a week with the team. So with St. Louis, it'll be 5 days a week, and then you have a game usually on the weekends, and you have one off day per week. On top of that, I stay after training probably 3 out of those 5 training sessions, and I stay after for another additional like 30 minutes, and I work on like long balls with a partner or crossing or just doing some juggling or something else in addition to the practice, just staying after there at the facility doing more work. In addition to all of that, I'd say I probably about 1 time a week I go out to a field and I work on something that's like bothering me. Like if in the game I feel like my dribbling's like not sharp enough, I'll go out to a field 1 additional time by myself for like an hour and a half and just work on dribbling or first touch or whatever I feel like I really need a little even extra practice. Do you know which position you will play in St. Louis? I was recruited as a right back, so I'm guessing I'll play right back. Unless there's a big change, I'm gonna play right back. Did you dream of playing pro soccer when you were a kid? I actually, when I was younger, from like 5 to 10, I wanted to be a professional basketball player. That's what I wanted to be. But then as I grew older and older, I started developing more of a love for soccer. I was better at soccer, and I think around age 11 or 12, I mean, I always had that dream of being a professional soccer player, but it wasn't like, it was just a dream. It was just something like, that'd be awesome. But it really didn't hit me that I could really be a professional soccer player until I was 21, and I was playing with the San Jose Earthquakes U23 team. If you could give your 14-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be? It'd honestly be just keep training. Just keep working on the fundamentals. You don't need to do anything crazy in the gym. You don't need to do anything crazy at the field. Just work on getting overall stronger with squats, bench, deadlifts. Focus on your technical skills, just simple passing and dribbling and just getting your shot perfect. You don't need to do crazy stuff. Just do the simple basic stuff and do it perfectly. I'd also tell my 14-year-old self that in your life there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say that you can't do something or that your dream is stupid or that you're working too hard, and to ignore all of those people and just do what you think is right. Question 16, how did you get so fast? Heavy lifting with compound exercises like squats and power cleans and deadlifts, focusing on becoming more explosive and just overall more athletic. And then just going out and doing plyometric exercises like box jumps and short sprints, just working on explosive stuff. I mean, if you want to get faster, you got to become stronger, you got to work on your running form, and you got to go out there and do plyometrics and sprints. That's how you get faster. Whoa, sick angle. Tell us about your daily life when you were in college, your training schedule, times, homework, and how you made things work. Like I said before, there's no secret to balancing anything. It just takes hard work, good time management, and just not making excuses. You're gonna be really tired. But the schedule in college varies a lot depending if you're in preseason, if you're in the summer, if you're in season, if you're out of season. But pretty much, I was playing soccer 6 days a week for 2 hours. If I was out of season, I would go to the field, do a ton of extra work with my roommates, going to the field, working on touches, passing, everything, dribbling. We did that almost every day. You have like 2 or 3 team lifts with your team per week, but then I also lifted on my own with my roommates. You have like 3 or 4 hours of classes a day. You got homework at night. It was hectic. I mean, I woke up at 7 a.m. or sometimes earlier if we're out of season, like 6 a.m. And I'd be working pretty much until like 6 o'clock at night. And then at night, I'd maybe do some homework, but most of the time you kind of goof off with your roommates. But it was a ton of work. Why do you only practice for 2 hours or less per day? It's for me. If I'm out at the field for longer than 2 hours, unless I'm like really focused and attentive like I was in the last training session, if I'm out there for more than 2 hours, I start to lose focus. My body starts to get tired. I start to the whole training quality starts to drop. And so then for me, it's like, you know what? I nip that in the bud. I'm like, here's 2 hours, a great training session, and I'm gonna stop as soon as the training starts to slip. And I just do that every single day. You don't need to be training like 4 hours a day. I mean, if you are training 4 hours a day and you find that you can be focused for 4 hours and have consistent, great training sessions every day for 4 hours,
good for you, man, because I can't do that. And so I've found that like 2 hours is a good amount of time at the field. Would you recommend going to ID camp/clinics for the college recruitment process? Yes, that's how I got recruited. Do you ever fail when doing new drills? If so, what did you do to fix it? I fail when I'm doing old drills. Like, I fail all the time. I try to show a lot of my mistakes in like the videos and the edits and stuff. But I say probably like 10% of the time I do an exercise or anything, I mess up because I'm pushing myself to go faster, pushing myself to like kind of test the limit of that. So I fail all the time, and I've been failing for 19 years. The only thing you can do to fix it though, like to not fail as much, is to just keep going out and doing it more. Would you say the USL is the most difficult league that you've played in? Yeah, it's the hardest league so far. Are True Socks worth the price? I mean, I can tell a noticeable difference when I'm wearing True Socks when I'm just wearing like normal socks. They are like $30 a pair, so I mean, I think it's worth it. Question 23, do you have a favorite gym exercise? Yeah, I'd say the barbell back squat. Just super simple, and it's just tremendous exercise for all athletes. What's it like being a pro soccer player? It's the best job in the world. I mean, it's my dream job. It's amazing that my job is to go out and just play soccer. It's very, very cool, and it's very fulfilling, and I love it. It's honestly the best thing in the world. Don't tell anyone, but I'd probably do it for free. What do you think of training masks? They don't work, and they don't work like you think they do. They don't simulate high altitude training. I could explain a bit, but I just have the link of why they don't work in the description if you want to check that out. Would you rather be able to do knuckleballs with both feet or be able to do Rabonas with both feet? I can already do both. So, how many times will you train a week with St. Louis? I kind of already answered this video in a different question, but it's 5 times a week with the team. Then you'll probably do like 1 or 2 lifts per week with the team, and then you have like a game a week also. And like the training schedule varies a lot depending on the games. If you have like 2 games in a week, like a Wednesday, Saturday, then your training is going to be a little bit affected by that. Each training session goes from like about 1 hour and 15 minutes to about 2 hours. And yeah, they're usually in the morning. That's about it. And we'll have like film reviews sometimes too, so it's fun. Question 28, would you ever change positions for a club? Yeah, and I have before. I've changed positions a ton. I was playing center forward in high school. I played center forward in college. I played right winger over in Germany. And then after Germany, I played right back over at OC Blues. And if St. Louis, if they need me to play like left center back and a position's open there and they have a need for that position, I will step up and I could play it. You know, it's just, I'm always like, get me into the team. Whatever gets me on the field, that's what I'll do. I don't care about the position. What will you do after your soccer career? This is a good question. I really love coaching. I love doing drills. I probably would want to be a coach. I don't know if I'd want to be like a coach of a college team or try to be a coach of a pro team. But something I really like doing is like individual training, where I'm training just one person or developing a full thing. So I was thinking maybe even opening up my own like facility, like a Become Elite facility, and have people come to that facility, and I could do like weight training sessions, plyometrics, cardio, soccer training at like my own field, and I would just train them and have my own like Become Elite facility of like training. That's just an idea. That's something I've been thinking about. Worst case scenario, I'll go back to school, finish my degree, and then get a real job. But let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Which player do you model yourself after? I kind of like combining two. I really like Gareth Bale and Dani Alves. I think those 2 players like combined is like what I'm trying to strive for in the right back position. When did you first get signed by a pro club? So I got signed by a pro club when I was 23 years old, and I'm 24 now, so hasn't been that long. Are you sponsored? No, I am not. But if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. My computer's over there. How did you get your leg muscles? Weightlifting. I mean, I've been weightlifting for 11 years now, and I pretty much haven't really taken a break longer than a couple weeks. And so, I mean, you just add it up, 11 years of lifting weights and eating healthy, that's what you get. Do you have any training tips for players younger than 10 years old? I'm guessing this is coming from a parent or a coach. And my tip is just let them have fun. Like always have a ball at their feet, let them dribble around, but you don't need to be doing like drills or like sets and reps, and you don't need to be focused on like anything too advanced. If you have like a younger kid, just get them playing with the ball, get them going out, get them playing 1v1, just kicking the ball around, dribbling, doing simple stuff. Your goal should be to get them to get to 10,000 total touches on the ball as quickly as possible. When you are dribbling, are you looking down at your feet or are you looking up and around? It's a mix. If I'm in a really tight spot and I have defenders, like 2 defenders really close to me, I'm looking straight down at my feet, trying to get the ball out of there. But as soon as I have a little bit of space, I'm picking my head up and I'm looking around for my options. And then there's also times where I'm doing like kind of a mix. I'm doing peripherals and I'm looking at my feet with the peripheral of my eyes. I'm also looking up at the peripherals and I'm kind of just looking like 5 yards ahead of the ball. Different situations call for looking at different areas. What should I do as a 14-year-old in order to improve my chances at playing in college or playing pro? Train, 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 train as much as you possibly can. Maybe you can start weightlifting to get a little bit more athletic. Go in there, focus on lightweight, focus on good form. If you don't really focus on cardio unless you're out of shape, you want to be spending your time on the ball, That's what you guys should be doing. When you get a little bit older, like 15, 16, 17, you can start to really make good highlight videos. You can start contacting coaches, contacting agents, doing whatever you need to do. Here's a good question. How are you not sore from hitting the gym every day? Your body adapts really quickly to whatever you put it through. And so like at the beginning, if you guys watched my first couple of episodes of my off-season series, I was incredibly sore and I was like, oh man, like, I don't know, I have to take it easy. I don't want to overdo it. And then my body started to adapt. And once it starts to adapt to your training and your lifting, I can lift now 5 days a week and train 5 days a week. And my body doesn't get like that sore. I still get a little fatigue. I can still feel it, but it's not like to the point where it's going to affect my training or my next lifts. What is your #1 tip for someone who is injured for a long time? And you're gonna hate my answer, but it's just rest. That's all you can do, is you can just rest it and try to recover. Depending on the injury, you can exercise different ways. If it's like a hand injury, you can probably be doing some juggling, but talk to your physical therapist, talk to your doctor, and see what the best way to get you back on the field as quickly as possible, and listen to what they say. That's my honest advice. It sucks. I mean, there's no easy way around injuries, but that's what you got to do. I honestly just came outside so I could get new angles and be cool, but it's freezing. So I'm just going to do some questions real quick. This is an interesting question. This one gets a little philosophical. If you could have the answer to any question, what would that question be? I would say, how far do I go in my career? But actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I'd want the answer to that, because I don't know if that would motivate me or if it would hinder me. Because would I be like, am I complacent? Would I be like, oh, I'm going to make it this far, I should stop? Or is it going to be a bad answer and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not going to make it, I'm going to stop training anyway? I think I like not knowing. Even though it sucks, it's more motivating, I guess, to not know where you're going to end up. So I don't know what question I'd want answered. What's the meaning of life? I don't know. Okay, now we're talking. What is your favorite cheat meal? I would say an In-N-Out double cheeseburger with grilled onions, fries, chocolate milkshake, and then I'd finish the meal and I'd probably have like a chocolate candy bar and then chocolate ice cream. That would be my ultimate cheat meal, I guess. Unfortunately, I've never actually had that meal before. Maybe one day. Nike or Adidas? Nike. I love Nike. Unless you're from Adidas and want to sponsor me, in which case I love Adidas. Woo. That was cold. What is your best memory of playing at UC Davis? Just in general, being with the team. I love the team atmosphere. I love hanging out with the guys. I think that was the best experience of my life. However, if it came to actual like soccer, I would say scoring the game-winning goal against Cal Poly while the timer was like ticking down. It was like 5, 4, 3, and I hit a tap-in goal and we won. So that was an amazing game. And I think that was my best like soccer memory from UC Davis. Now this is a question I get all the time. Okay, it's do you train your core? Yes, I train my core. Okay, so what you gotta realize too is when you're doing those heavy compound lifts like squats and deadlifts, you're activating so much of your core it's ridiculous. When I do a really, really heavy squat session and I haven't like lifted for like a day or two, my core is so sore all around just because of it's just balancing all the weight, you tighten it. It's an amazing core workout, doing those heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, overhead press, stuff like that. I also sometimes will do like one time a week, I'll do like some hanging leg raises, maybe some like sit-ups or like some decline bench sit-ups with some weight. But if you want to get like a strong core, I think personally for me, the best way to do it is from those heavy compound lifts and then supplement it with a little extra additional core work. But if you want to get a six pack and you just want to see the like actual six pack, that's 80% diet. You better have a pristine, clean diet because you need to have very, very little body fat and then your abs will start to show. Is talent a must to become a pro? So the talent that you're thinking of, I'm guessing you guys are thinking of, is called innate talent. Talent that you're like born with. And that's, I think, is just BS. I don't think anybody's born with talent. I think there's people who can learn faster and have like more of a natural tendency to develop faster than other players. But I don't think there's such a thing as people born with talent. Like when people say Messi has talent and Cristiano Ronaldo just works hard, I hate that. Messi works incredibly hard. Do you need to have talent? Well, if you consider just talent as being able to pass and shoot and dribble, then yeah, you need to have that. But do you need to have like this fake born with it talent that some players have? No, I don't believe that's a true thing. You develop talent through hard, focused training. What do you recommend for players trying to learn off-ball movements for their specific position? Great question. People always want me to make a video about like how to play right back, how to play center mid. And it's like, if I made it, there's just so many variables and so much that happens and so many different ways to play and playing styles and playing systems that I can't make a video about how to explain it. That's like make a YouTube video about how to be a surgeon. Okay, maybe it's not that crazy, but it's just way, way too much. Like each situation calls for something slightly different, and I can't prepare you for the millions of different situations that you'll experience in a game from a YouTube video. So if you want to learn your position, my number one advice is to watch a soccer game and only watch the player who's playing your position. Only watch them. Watch where they go, watch their movements, watch even when they pass the ball and the ball's on the other side of the field, watch your position, not one player. I'm watching the right back the entire time. I'm asking myself, why is he tucking in here? Why is he pushing wide here? Why did he hit a long ball there? Why did he do a one-time clearance out of the box? Why did he decide to dribble? Why is he passing into feet? Why is he pushing up? Why is he sagging back? Ask all of these questions, and that's how you learn the position. Study the game, don't watch it as a fan. I mean, you can watch it too, but. How many calories do you consume in a day? Right now, when I want to maintain my body weight and I want to stay at 175 pounds, I'm consuming about 3,250 calories per day, plus or minus about 250 just because my diet changed a little bit at dinner. When I was in Germany, I was trying to gain weight. I was eating up to 3,800 calories in a day, and that was crazy. If you had the opportunity to change positions in soccer, what position would you pick? Goalie. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would stay at right back. I love that position. I think it suits me the best because it allows me tons of space up the wing. My stamina and my speed and my dribbling one-on-one is one of my strengths. So having the ability to run up and down that line and attack and on offense and get back on defense is perfect for me. I don't think I would change. I love the right back position because I think I have been told by scouts and coaches and everybody that this is the position where I have the greatest potential. So I'm going to try to take that route. Whoa, another sick angle. And finally, for question number 50, what is the best advice any coach has ever given you? And what is the worst advice any coach has ever given you? So the best advice any coach has ever given me, we were shooting and it was just me and my teammate. And it was like before practice and we were kind of just doing some shots on goal. And my friend hits a great shot to the upper V right in the corner. And so I try to do it, and I was like, yeah, I can do the same thing. And I hit it, and it's a terrible shot. It rolls on the ground, not even close. I don't think it was on the right side of the goal. And I said, yeah, my shooting's just not that good. My coach overhears me saying that, like complaining about my shot. And he goes, do you think him, pointing to my friend, the teammate who had the great shot, he's like, do you think he was just born with a great shot? He went out and worked at it. And I was like, that's 100% right. That's why my shot's bad. I've probably taken half the shots in my life that my friend had taken. So that kind of like was like a little wake up call. I'm like, look, if I can shoot amazing, but I just need to put in the work. And for the worst advice that any coach has ever given me, Matt, don't try to play D1 soccer in California. Division I soccer is too athletic and too good for your level, and there's way too much talent in California for you to play there. Thanks, coach. All right, so that's the video. I hope you guys liked it. 50 questions. It was probably a little bit longer than usual. If you did, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more great, awesome, terrific, outstanding, another good word, videos. See you later, guys. I almost forgot. So I want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and are just really loyal to my channel. It just means so much to me. I can't believe that I just got 50,000 subscribers. That's something I really never thought would happen. So I just want to thank all of you guys for that. It really means the world to me, and all of your support has just been amazing. All right, enough gooey crap. See you guys later. I can fly.